If your property isn't distressed, why are you getting hit with a foreclosure filing? The next investment hotspot in South Florida, Broward County.
Don't commit mortgage fraud. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but there is a real-world impact to financial crime.
If your property isn't distressed, why are you getting hit with a foreclosure filing? It's a head scratcher that scores of Signature Bank borrowers say they're facing. They claim their new servicer, Rialto Capital Advisors, is going after them, and the mom and pop landlords among them have no defenses. Here's the quick history. When Signature was setting the loan terms, extensions were a baked-in given. Give notice, and you get more time. But when Signature failed, the FDIC sold its loans and Rialto-led ventures stepped in as a lender. Sponsors claim the servicers made it nearly impossible to secure more time. They say Rialto either ignores them, demands they sign away their rights, or both to manufacture defaults. Then comes a foreclosure filing. Rialto says it's following the rules and only taking things to court in the rare instance a sponsor defaults and ghosts. But the firm has filed 88 pre-foreclosures in the past year. So what's the motive? Rialto makes money through fees, which attorneys tell me are at play here. But there's also a path to profits through foreclosure. Rialto, through a joint venture, bought these loans at a discount to their principal. And most of the properties are in good shape. That means if it takes back an asset, it can sell it not only for more than the loan amount, but more than it paid for the loan. But even up against a multi-million-dollar servicing empire, landlords small and large are fighting back. And what they've found is Rialto, under pressure, is willing to settle. Want more? You can get it in my magazine story for our April issue. And if you've contended with Rialto, please reach out or let me know in the comments. The next investment hotspot in South Florida, Broward County. This might be a shocker for locals. Broward is really the forgotten middle child of South Florida, wedged between Miami and Palm Beach. It's been lagging in investment and prices for years, but it's starting to catch up. This past year, the financier Donald Sussman sold his house in Fort Lauderdale for a record-breaking $70 million. And then you've got celebs like Lionel Messi and Gisele Bündchen who are buying homes there, which is really swinging the spotlight that way. Now we're seeing a bunch of developers planning literally dozens of luxury condo projects for Fort Lauderdale and Pompano Beach, which would have been unthinkable 10 or even 5 years ago. Reporting this story was funny because a development boom in Broward is both so obvious and so surprising. I talked to a bunch of these developers and none of them really had an answer for why the market was overlooked for so long. It kind of just was. But if everyone agreed COVID was the catalyst for this new wave and the fact that they're running out of beachfront to build on in other parts of South Florida. But some of these investments are huge. The St. Regis Bahia Mar will cost an estimated $2 billion. So for us, this is definitely a market to watch in the next few years. Tell me what you think about Broward in the comments down below.
Don't commit mortgage fraud. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but there is a real-world impact to financial crime. I've been covering a mortgage fraud scandal for the last few months. Basically, a bunch of opportunistic buyers rushed in to buy multifamily properties, and some of them made fraudulent deals, flipping properties for artificially inflated prices to friends or affiliates or themselves. Fannie and Freddie are left holding the bag in these transactions. But when you hear that, it makes it sound like no regular people were impacted. And they were. Because a lot of the time, the investors pulling these schemes were not only bad financial actors, but bad property managers. Outside of Pittsburgh, Moisture Silver's rental properties reportedly had sewage spilling out next to a school bus stop. In Columbus, Ohio, residents at Baruch Droman's Latitude 525 property had to evacuate on Christmas Day 2022 because water pipes burst and the heat went out. When interest rates went up, a lot of people said it would expose the real operators and weed out the people who didn't really know what they were doing. And that was true, to some degree. A lot of these guys were not real operators. They simply bought properties, got mortgages, but they didn't really understand how to manage or operate apartments